気持ち悪いな。やめろ。シュウが呼んでいる。よっしゃー。愛で空が落ちてくる。よっしゃー。俺の胸に落ちてくる。よっしゃー。愛で闇を切り裂いて。よっしゃー。俺の闇を切り裂いて。
When the side characters go silent and the villain starts sweating bullets, you know you're witnessing a presence so powerful, it feels limitless. That's not just aura, it's dominance in its purest form. So today we're going to be talking about moments when anime characters had infinite aura. Starting off the list with Windbreaker's Mikey, aka Gaji. So when Keel kidnaps Anzai, which is a total disrespect to the gang, they're not gonna let it slide. They roll up to Keel's warehouse deep in enemy territory, and both Furins fighting to get their guy back. Then one of Keel's thugs goes for Akihiro, who's already down, defenseless, and that's when it happens. The side wall of the warehouse explodes like it owes Kaji money, and that's when Kaji makes his badass appearance. The second he steps in, the room shifts. Keel's gang, all bark a moment ago, suddenly silent. Kaji started aura farming as soon as he appeared, and we're loving it. Now, if you've watched Gintama, you might have experienced those special moments when you forget that Gintama is actually a comedy anime. So here we are, the Shinigami arc. And Sada Sada, this crusty old corrupt war criminal of a man, is running his mouth. And right in front of Gintoki, he starts talking down to Maizo, the guy who literally sacrificed his family for the sake of peace. And bro, you could feel the tension snap. The room goes dead silent. Gintoki doesn't say a word. He's walking straight towards Sada Sada like a predator, and just when he's about to swing, Oboro shows up. But does that stop Gintoki? Nope. Gintoki just bites down on Oboro's sword with his teeth and breaks it in half. Let me repeat that for the people in the back. He broke a sword with his teeth. If that doesn't give Gintoki an infinite aura, then I don't know what does.
魔力体だ
Makoto from Tsukimichi might look like your average protagonist, but in reality, he's a beast. There was a time when this guy destroyed a massive rock while everybody was watching. They weren't expecting that kind of power from this dude. Everyone who was present around felt it. Like, he wasn't even showing off, he was just existing. You see, Makoto had a habit of concealing his mana, and when he finally let go, oh, how beautiful it was. And again, he didn't think anything of it. Everyone else was traumatized, and this man was wondering if it had accidentally gone a little too hard. This is exactly what Makoto does. He'll catch you off guard at the most unexpected time.
感想は
一発もらったのは自分への戒めだ。あ？
Remember that time when Mikey absolutely folded Daiju Shiba with just one kick? Let's talk about it. You see, Daiju isn't some ordinary dude. He's covered in tattoos and looks so badass that no one would want to try messing with him. He loves throwing people around just for fun, including his brother and sister. So when he started beating Takemichi and the gang inside the church, things started looking bad. But things took a 180-degree turn when Mikey walked in. One kick, that's all it took. Daiju didn't even get a chance to react or even touch Mikey. Mikey's legendary roundhouse came flying in like divine punishment from the heavens. Daiju hit the ground immediately. Ouch, that must have felt bad. The entire church went silent. That moment solidified why nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to smoke with the invincible Mikey.
遅くなって悪かったな、軽井沢。
どうして来たの？
Alright, imagine this. You're tied up in a shady warehouse. It's raining outside, and a dude who looks like a badass villain with long hair tells you that no one is coming to save you. That's Kei's life right now. Ryuen got her cornered, her back against the wall, and he's trying to break her spirit piece by piece. And just when it feels like all hope is gone, Iono Goji enters like a badass. Have you ever witnessed a moment so cold, so perfectly executed, that you can feel the main character aura leaking through the screen? Yeah, this was that moment. One by one, bodies hit the floor. Effortless, precise, not a drop of wasted motion. And Ryuen, he was absolutely annihilated in the most humiliating way. Dude will never forget what happened to him because our absolute Giga Chad traumatized him for life.
もういいさ、龍炎。
陰鬱なる侮辱の許容よ。改めて我を目覚ますことなかれ。
Oh man, if you ever wanted to see Chuya just unleash without holding back, the BSD movie gave us exactly that. It starts off with this giant dragon. Yes, a literal dragon soaring across the city like it owns the place. And Chuya, he pulls up, cool as ever, dripping with that I'm about to solo this mythological creature kind of confidence. He activates gravity manipulation and is all ready to face the dragon. Chuya's dripping with that aura and we're loving it. While the dragon looks like the final boss, Chuya made him look like a little lizard. And the animation is just insane. And that aura, infinite. You can feel it. If you haven't watched this scene, do yourself a favor and watch it. Let's talk about Jin Mori's true form in the God of High School, aka the moment when Jin Mori got the thing he deserved. During the national tournament arc, Jin Mori had been showing signs of having godly powers. I mean, it's almost impossible to defeat this man. Finally, during his fight with Jaegil Daek, his true form is revealed. And oh, how gorgeous it is. Basically, he goes from Goku Light to actual Goku inspiration. His presence alone starts shaking the battlefield. You see, while other fighters borrow power from deities, Mori never does. Yet he still matches or surpasses them. That's because he doesn't borrow power from a god, he is one.
が伸べ
There are anime characters, and then there are walking forces of nature. Kenshiro is the latter. He doesn't walk, the earth respectfully moves beneath him. This whole scene is proof that you don't mess with kids, especially not around Kenshiro after a nap. Thugs thought they were in charge here. Kenshiro made it clear to the thugs that he was the wake-up call. Dude wakes up and sees injustice. Nah fam, you don't deal with it. Every scene this man features in is just straight up brutal. It's insane how much aura this guy has. It goes even beyond infinity. This man is extremely manly to the point that even the atmosphere around him acknowledges it. And you see that steam? It's actually the water evaporating from his body just because he got mad. Nobody would even want to think about messing with that kind of guy.
今の剣を誰も止めることはできないぜ。
Let's talk about the most iconic glow-ups in the history of isekai. Yes, I'm talking about Rimuru Tempest becoming a demon lord in That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. This guy used to be a little ooey-gooey slime. You see, things are looking bad when Tempest gets attacked and our favourite waifu Shion bites the dust. And she's not the only one. There are hundreds of citizens who get wiped out as well. Rimuru, for once, snaps. To become a demon lord, Rimuru needs to offer 10,000 human souls. So he turns the battlefield into a soul farm and wipes out the invading army. While his subordinates are KO'd from receiving divine gifts, shout out to Benimaru trying to stay awake and Gabiru snoring like a champ, Rimuru evolves into something majestic. He glows and revives everybody who died. And at that moment, Rimuru became an absolute aura lord. Escanor vs Estarossa from Seven Deadly Sins has to be one of the biggest aura flexes in the history of the series. We're in Seven Deadly Sins and things are looking bad. Estarossa decides to wreak havoc, and being one of the 10 commandments, he absolutely can. Everyone else is getting whacked by this dude at this point because that's how powerful he is. But everything changes when Escanor walks in. Estarossa couldn't even breathe near him. Dude was suffocating in raw pride. The best part, Escanor wasn't even trying. His aura alone was flexing for him.
プライドフレですか
だったらこっちも切り札を使うぜ。必殺マジシリーズマジ殴り。
Heard of this one bald guy in a yellow suit wearing a cape? Yeah, let's talk about him and his serious punch. When Boros fires his ultimate planet-destroying beam, the sky lights up like it's New Year's. But Saitama, he casually steps forward, aura flaring like the universe just flinched, and throws a punch so intense, the blast doesn't just stop, it gets bullied out of existence. And the best part? His face is blank, like he's thinking about laundry. The shockwave doesn't just defeat Boros, it clears the entire sky, as if Earth itself wanted to see who just got wrecked. No yelling, no sweat, just one punch and a whole lot of existential dread for anyone watching. Boros gave a speech about fate, Saitama gave him a knuckle sandwich and moved on. It's not just strength, it's the most deadpan flex in anime history. The man ends world-ending threats like he's swatting a mosquito on his day off. Enjoying the video so far? You know what to do. Hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And hey, if you're in the mood for something a little different, check out ViniiTube Kai. That's where I drop some interesting video essays that you might really enjoy. Would love to hear what you think about those too, so don't be shy, drop a comment. Alright, let's get back to it. Sakamoto vs Gangster Gang is seriously one of the most entertaining and badass battles in recent anime. See, Sakamoto wants to live low-key now. Dude had been a gangster himself in the past, but now he just wants to run a convenience store with his wife. His past never left him. It always comes back for him. When a gangster gang shows up, he has no option but to fight them. Sure, he's vowed to his wife not to kill anyone, but that doesn't make him weak. He can fight with his bare hands very well. Now, against a bunch of gangsters, this man uses the stun gun and pretty much takes out all of them. What's ridiculous is that he can catch bullets with chopsticks. How crazy is that? This man truly has an infinite aura. And then there's the moment when he casually throws the gang members into a trash bin. Not a single word said, just pure badassery. Let's move on to Giovanna and his infinite aura moment. His journey has been long and hard, but everything along the way was worth it. Why? Because he got the gold experience Requiem, an absolute game changer. This is the kind of power-up that just makes him untouchable. GER can reverse everything, including death, time, and pretty much anything that threatens him. With GER in his arsenal, Giorno has become almost invincible at this point.
見える。こいつのスタンドの動きが何をしようとしているのか完全に。なんだ。
Vegeta vs Broly in Dragon Ball Super Broly. Now that's a showdown that had fans losing their minds. If you haven't seen it, get ready for a whole new level of animation, power, and just raw unapologetic action. Vegeta, who's often underestimated or stuck in the shadow of Goku, gets his moment to shine. He's fighting with a level of technique that fans have been waiting to see for years. Vegeta's fighting style is perfect on screen. Calm, cocky and technical. And let's not forget the emotional side of Vegeta's character. He's grown so much over the years, from his villainous beginnings to becoming a warrior who has everything to protect. That calm confidence, pure zen. And that Super Saiyan God transformation, mwah! At that moment, Vegeta had an infinite aura and all of us were absolutely in love with him. Ishikawa Goemon versus everybody was truly an intense battle. Now, Ishikawa was up against a bunch of people who weren't some random thugs. They were coming at him from everywhere. This already sounds so intense, but Goemon, he does what he does best, slicing through everyone without giving a single shit. What I love about this movie is that it keeps everything that makes Lupin so great. Action, style, and a bit of humor while letting Goemon shine in his own right. If you want a movie where Goemon isn't just the guy who stands there looking cool but actually gets to go head to head with the best and worst in the Lupin world, this is definitely one to check out.
That お互い様だろ?
Knives' introduction in Trigun Stampede stands as one of the most iconic introductions in the history of anime. Now, Knives from the original Trigun wasn't this badass. With this new one, you can just feel his intense presence. He's basically a godlike figure who's extremely menacing. His Million Knives ability? Absolutely terrifying yet beautiful at the same time. This man has countless blades, and when he makes them rain, oh, it's a sight to behold. After seeing his terrifying ability, we realize why he's actually called Knives.
これより四方一丁の人間全員俺がよしというまで動くのを禁ずる。禁を破ればもちろん殺す。よし。
Sukuna just loves toying with others, especially the sorcerers. Sure, a meteor is coming towards those poor souls, but Sukuna, he makes everything about him. He wants everything on his own terms. So he plays this red light, green light game with the poor sorcerers, and let's be honest, no one in their right mind would want to defy Sukuna because they'll be dead instantly. They might survive the meteor, but they won't survive Sukuna. Sukuna was the law at that moment, and everyone else was just trying to survive his game.
君の残白刀は一振りで破片になる。 Ichigo absolutely destroying Aizen's ego just lives rent-free in my head. We all know that moment, right? It was when Ichigo grabbed Aizen's sword and turned the tables on him. Remember how Aizen once stomped Ichigo's theme with a finger? Yeah, now it's Ichigo's turn to do the same. At that moment, Ichigo absolutely owned Aizen. This time, Ichigo's theme wasn't stopped, but Aizen's confidence shattered and battered. I'm pretty sure Aizen was thinking about the time he did that to Ichigo. Poor dude must be completely baffled. Revenge was served cold during this moment, and we can't have enough of it. フォローも死神も超越した私の放つ。俺がもし死んだならカイドウを討てるのはそいつらだ。おい小僧、お前が一体何になるのか。俺たちの前でもう一度言ってみろ。
Remember that insane moment when Luffy walked between Kaido and Big Mom and ignored them completely? Let's talk about it. The two Yonkos look like they're about to devour and destroy everything in sight. Luffy looks so small in front of them, but he has guts bigger than the two of them combined. Now, normal people are unable to breathe when they're near them because of their aura, but Luffy, he shatters their aura into thousands of little pieces. When he walked past the two, he hadn't even a drop of fear in his eyes. He doesn't even acknowledge their presence. I mean, it totally destroyed their massive egos, and it was so satisfying to watch. This scene was straight up cinema, and Luffy's aura rose to unimaginable heights with that one moment.
Get
my shadows. We make a list about Aura and not include Sung Jin Woo? Oh, come on, like you're not asking for it. This was the Jeju Island raid arc, aka the arc where every single S-rank hunter pulled up thinking they were hot stuff, and then reality said, nah, you're in solo leveling now, not some team building shonen filler. So the Avengers of Korea are all ready to tear through the ants. Well, joke's on them, because they're the ones who are being torn through. Meruem Light, Ant King, isn't playing nice from the get-go. He destroys all the S-rank hunters in a moment, but things change when the real king appears, the absolute aura farmer, Sung Jin Woo. The way he said exchange in order to get to Jeju Island just gave me chills. The Jeju Island arc was meant to show us Korea's best, but in the end, it showed us one thing and one thing only. Sung Jin Woo doesn't need backup. Backup needs Sung Jin Woo. How about it? Your favorite moment made it? Be sure to comment down below if you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe so we can show you more of the best moments around. See you next time.